This episode is brought to you by Pine Melon, the farmer's market delivered. Pine Melon is a next-generation grocery delivery app that partners with over 200 farmers, ranchers, and producers in Colorado to help make fresh, locally sourced foods available to the Denver community at fair prices. Get high-quality meats, eggs, and dairy from small local farms, fresh baked breads from local bakeries, and more, as well as all of your favorite pantry staples. Best part is, Pine Melon offers same-day delivery to Denver and soon Boulder within a 2-hour window, no subscription necessary. Save time in your busy schedule and get fresh and healthy groceries delivered right to your door. Join the movement and support local today. Use promo code CityCastDenver for $75 off your first delivery at pinemelon.com. That's pinemelon.com. Today on CityCast Denver. Summer has officially arrived, and the CityCast Denver team is back with your guide to soaking up June. From the best pride parties to the can't-miss summer eats and drinks, your calendar is going to be packed. Today is Thursday, May 30th. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Producer Olivia Jewel Love, hello.
Hey Bree, how are you?
I'm good, and we're joined by newsletter editor Peyton Garcia. Hi.
Good morning, ladies.
We're back with another fabulous guide to Denver, and June is, of course, Pride Month, and that's a big deal here in the Mile High. And I personally have so many fond memories of growing up here and enjoying the sort of evolution of the Pride celebration into something that's really become an integral part of our culture and something I look forward to each year. Are you guys excited for Pride?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm upset that I'm not going to be here for the main drag on
you're not?
solstice. No, I'm going to be in a wedding, so... But I found some other ways to celebrate, which
I was going to say.
I will share soon.
There's stuff all month long, so
yes.
That's what we're going to be looking at. So that's our special category. But let's just get started. As usual, we have a few categories to go through our recommendations, but we're going to start with something to do or experience. Pay, what have you got?
Yeah, so my thing for this month is native plant swaps.
Ooh.
Yeah, indeed. I stumbled upon this article from the Denver Post written by Tamara Yakubowski. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But she wrote something for the Denver Post about how June is the quote-unquote sweet spot for planting native plants in Denver. And it's a lot of plant organizations across the Front Range host these special events where they're called plant swaps, but you don't actually have to swap anything. You just go, and it's run by volunteers, and you can get little seedlings and like things that you can use to propagate your garden and your pots with plants that are native to Colorado. And the whole idea is to promote sustainable gardening practices and create better like plant highways for pollinators to help with the climate and stuff. And it's really cool. So apparently June is the best time to make these kinds of plants. I've got no green thumb. So here's the thing. I actually don't know.
Is this Willie's department?
This will be a whole adventure. I've never done something like this. I can't really have plants in my house because my cats eat them. But I'm all about the like promoting sustainable gardening practices. And I love this like new trend in Colorado that people are really adopting to redo their yards so that they're more supporting native plants instead of like Kentucky bluegrass lawns. So I thought that was really cool. Fort Collins has a big one. A big plant swap happening June 1st. Boulder has one happening June 2nd. And then the one here in Denver, the big one here in Denver is June 22nd. So you have some time to prepare for that. But yeah, it's free. And you can, if you are a gardener, you can bring stuff if you want to give it away. But really it's just volunteers and you can go and just like get stuff. And I know a lot of little like breweries do small events like this too that I highlight in the newsletter sometimes. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Olivia, that seems like something that you...
Yeah, these are really cool. When I was a reporter up in Evergreen, there was one every year that I would cover, and they had the native plants, but also like high altitude hardy plants. So that was a big thing. And these events are really cool, especially for someone like you, Peyton, who doesn't, who's a novice with the gardening. This is the best place
This
to go.
is like a gathering of experts.
These people know what they're doing, and they are excited to share their knowledge. Like, if you just be like, what is this? They will tell you everything and more. It's a great place to learn everything you need to know about it. So
Maybe
definitely
this will be good for me then, because
you should totally
considering
go to
we
one.
just have like a little tiny pot of these succulents, and they're getting bigger and bigger, which is the most success that we've ever had with any plant in our lives ever. So we just don't even know what to do with them. They're just like suffocating each other in this pot. All right, well, yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna check out.
I love this idea too. So we've done the garden in a box thing a couple years in a row where it's like the low water plants, native plants, and they're selected by gardeners, and you go and you buy it and you just basically plant it in your yard. And so we have 2 years worth of that happening right now in our front yard, and it looks amazing. So I think that's something you want to think about, is like, just because they're native or they're low water, it doesn't mean they're not going to be something that stands out in your garden. And our garden's like all these different colors, and the pollinator part is so cool. You actually see that in action. Like, we have a couple of these different flowering plants that attract so many bees, in like not in a terrifying way, but in an awesome way where you see the ecosystem happening. Like, it's just a really cool thing. And I agree with you, Pei. I love this transition that we're seeing people make to this being the more dominant thing in a yard versus just grass.
Yeah,
So-
yay. Well, we'll have a link in the show notes, as always, to that article in the Denver Post where you can get all the
Super
details
helpful.
on the different events. But what do you guys have?
This one I'm really conflicted about because I went to it last year and it was amazing. And this year I'm going to be in a wedding and I'm not going to be able to go, but I had to share it because it's so fun. So this is the 127th annual Strawberry Days Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And I am a huge strawberry girly. It's like a really
It's an
large
aesthetic
part of
for
my
you.
It's a huge part of my personality, taste wise and aesthetic wise. I have everything I own has like a strawberry on it. And this is such a fun festival. Like, it's up in Glenwood Springs. It's June 21st through the 23rd at Two Rivers Park. And it is so fun. Last year, I accidentally happened upon it when I was camping up there. And there were just people walking around in strawberry costumes.
Love it.
If this is a great place if you are a strawberry aesthetic person to go stock up on strawberry themed items, strawberry flavored stuff. It's themed. It's a festival for strawberries, and it's here in our state, and it's amazing.
Been going for over 100 years,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
amazing.
It's free
so
too,
good.
right? It's free
Yes.
to the public.
It's amazing, and it's so fun, and it's in Glenwood Springs, so there's a bunch
beautiful.
of other fun stuff to do when you're there. And when I went there, I camped, so I didn't even have to buy housing or pay for housing. So it's amazing. There's a lot of fun. They have live music. They have I think they have a parade, just everything you could want. People dressed up like strawberries, the little town just coming together. It's so fun. So yeah.
Yeah, good time of year to do it too, because you could get out of the heat of
It's a little
the metro
cooler
area.
in the mountains.
That sounds so good. When did you say that's happening?
It's the June 21st through 23rd.
All right,
So,
I might have to go up there, get Benny out of the heat for a little while.
Solstice weekend, you gotta go. It's so fun. Get some pictures, get some strawberries. It's the best.
Well, and it's in Glenwood Springs, and I think it's June is when they're opening their new pools. So they're going to have some cooler pools. Yeah, and they've got the whole kids area, which Benny will love because it's got a soft, it looks like concrete, but it's not. It's soft, and they have a little splash pad area. So if you're already in Glenwood Springs, you might as well hit the pool.
Babies also love strawberries.
And
They
babies
do. They
Montgomery's
really
on
do.
it. Blueberries are out. Strawberries are very
strawberries
in right
are
now.
in. They are.
So
Hot strawberry summer.
Great
love
pick,
it.
Olivia. Great pick.
Yeah. Go out there. Do it for me since I won't be here. Send me pictures. I will live vicariously.
I love it. Well, you know me. I'm an inside girly, so I'm picking a movie. It's during Pride weekend, but it kind of be a nice respite maybe between festivities before you go out for the night. Scream Screen, Saturday, June 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Sea Film Center. This is a horror movie series, and I have to say I'm not a horror person by any means, but this is featuring The Jar, which is a 1984 horror film that was filmed in Denver. So Red Rocks is in it. The 16th Street Mall is in it. Like, I want to see this movie just to sort of like look at the Denver of that moment. So if you're a Denver person, like, I think this is, I don't know, it's just something we don't see that often in popular culture. And I'm really excited to see what it looked like at that time. And just like, also, it's this like B-movie horror film. It's like rated one of the worst horror films of all time. But
that's the best, though. I love a bad horror film.
Well, and the main actor and I think the director and the screenwriter are all coming out for an in-person Q&A. So, I mean, if you're a horror film buff, this is a great way to like learn the back. I love learning the backstories of things. Like, I actually listened to a movie podcast called What Went Wrong, and I don't even really watch movies. I just like to hear how things happen and how they get made. And this is one of those cool ways to do that by asking the people directly who made it. And so Teresa Mercado curates this. She does it a couple times a year at the C. It's called Scream Screen. She's been doing it for over 10 years. And she dresses up. She does like really elaborate cosplay as someone from the film usually. And she also just has a lot of Denver knowledge. And so I think this conversation between her and the folks involved with the film is going to be something really revelatory, especially if you're a horror person or just a Denver person or some intersection of those things. You're going to learn something about a movie that you wouldn't be able to hear anywhere else. So I think
I love a good air-conditioned option.
For real. That was really where I was going with it. This episode is brought to you by Denver Health. Because Denver Health's nationally accredited bariatric surgery center is accepting patients now. At Denver Health, you can expect personalized attention through your entire bariatric surgery journey with one-on-one support both before and after your procedure. Nutrition, psychology, and routine checkups are all included in your journey, and all of your appointments are conveniently located at Denver Health's main campus. Denver Health offers bariatric support to those struggling with losing weight from ages 16 to 65. Call Denver Health at 720-928-2127 if you would like to make an appointment, or visit denverhealth.org. That's denverhealth.org. Our next category is food and drink, dining out. We're in the heat. We're going to be in summer. I'm thinking of a lot of like cool, I don't know, refreshing things. But Olivia, what's your food and drink rec for June?
So this was a place I went a couple weeks ago for the first time and loved it. I went for a friend's birthday. It's Barcelona Wine Bar in Rhino. Breeze.
But I love that place. I know.
It's amazing. It's so... I just was blown away by this place. I had white sangria, which I feel like white sangria is such a summery drink. It was so refreshing and good. And the tapas, like, I can't say enough about the food. It was all small plates that we got. I went with a group. We just ordered a bunch of small plates and shared them. So good. We got like a couple cheese boards. We got this chicken that was in kind of like a cilantro sauce. It was amazing. And we like shared it. We had a whipped, I think it was a sheep cheese and not a goat cheese. It was like a whipped cheese, homemade hummus, everything. Like, we didn't have a bad thing. It was all so good. And it was a really cool vibe. Like, definitely a place if you want to impress people to take. Yes. There were a lot of like young hotties there. It was very up and happening. Cause I mean, Rhino.
I know. I was like, comedian Miriam Moreno told us the hotties are in Rhino. So.
They really were, and like everybody had cool trendy outfits on and like just looked cool, and I was like, wow, this is a really cool place. So I loved it. I'm gonna go back. And it looked like they had a little patio in the back. We were inside, beautiful. But I was blown away. So definitely check it out if you're in that area. And then we went, it was a friend's birthday, so we ended up popping around in the little bar area afterwards, and it was great. We got filled up on tapas and then hit the town.
Love a tapas bar. Love a tapas bar. Love a June glass of sangria.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, another great pick. It's good.
Everything I wanted.
They catered our rehearsal dinner for our wedding.
Oh yeah,
it was so good.
And if you want something that's not, because Barcelona Wine Bar's been here for a little while. They're not from Colorado, they're from somewhere else, but they've had their location here for a while. But they did just open a brand new wine bar. It's a wine and tapas bar, and it is on Walnut Street, so I think that's still in Rhino. It's Corsica.
Oh, I didn't realize
It
that was the
says-
same people.
Yeah, I just learned that recently. It's Corsica, so it just opened, I think, pretty recently, and it's an escapist small plates restaurant inspired by the rustic
Escapist?
coasts of France and Italy. So maybe
I
if you're not
mean,
feeling Barcelona tapas, you're
can
feeling
go-
Go to the other side of Europe.
some French, yeah, some French tapas. But
I don't
nice.
really know my European geography or any geography for that matter, but
I mean, I would just say that the Barcelona interior, like you said, Olivia, the atmosphere is amazing. So I imagine this other place is
yeah,
equally
I'm sure
beautiful.
It's cool. I'm sure it's
So,
cool. Yeah,
I
of
love
course,
it.
as usual, I'm late to the trend, but better late than never. It's
Better
really
late
cool.
than
So
never.
check it out if you haven't.
Well, Pay, what's on tap for you?
Yeah, it's not quite as refreshing as a sangria because it's chicken biscuit sliders, which may be a little heavy for June, but this just slid into my inbox the other day and I got really excited about it. So the Post Chicken and Beer,
Ooh,
there's
yeah.
I'm a big fan of them. They've got locations it's like kind of like North Metro. It's up in like Longmont, Lafayette, Boulder, but there is a Post in Denver. It's in the Rosedale area. But they are hosting something called Battle of the Chicken Biscuits. So they have signature chicken biscuits on their menu. They're like little chicken biscuit sliders. And starting June 10th, running through July 28th, they're hosting a 2-month-long bracket style competition where chefs from across the different Post locations all came up with their unique variation of a chicken biscuit slider. And they have like really like interesting and unique flavor combinations. So they all tried to come up with something cool to beat each other. So every week throughout that period, there's going to be 2 of the sliders on the menu and you can try both. And they both come with a beer, like a paired beer from the Post. And then you pick which one you like best and you can cast your vote. And so this is taking place at all the locations across the 2-month span, right? Until they have a king chicken biscuit slider, which will actually be their contender in the Chicken Fight Festival that happens in August. So it's a fried chicken fest. So anyways,
That sounds awesome.
that's what I want to do. I want to go
chicken-
try all the chicken biscuit sliders.
This is so cool. I love to be
chicken and-
involved in something. Feel like I'm making a difference in my community.
There you go, Olivia.
And chicken and biscuits is such a classic combo. It'll be cool to see what twists they
Oh,
make
yeah.
on them flavor wise. So
I just love them. So if I have an excuse, if I can tell my husband this is really important for my work, that I go to the Post once a
the
week.
man
for
who
the
makes
next
you eat
2
salads.
months. Yeah. If I tell him I have to eat a fried chicken slider
For
every
work.
week for the next 2 months for work, then
I think if
he's
you call
gonna
it
have to go
crispy
with
chicken,
me.
people who call it crispy chicken, it's like more socially acceptable.
You're right.
It's
yeah,
like a
that
new
was a
thing.
shift.
They say
so
crispy
check out,
chicken.
so you have an opportunity to do this all through June, but also all through July. Any of the Post locations, maybe go to all of them.
I
Make
love
it make a trek to each of them. So
Definitely
Yeah.
gonna do that.
All right, Brie, what are we eating?
Well, I was going to keep it simple. I was like, what feels like summer to me? When I was a kid, one of my favorite things to do was I lived within walking distance of a 7-Eleven. And
Oh my God, I predicted this. Okay, sorry.
I know. I'm
Continue.
like, 7-Eleven needs to be an advertiser on the show if they're not already. But so when I was a kid, I would go up to the 7-Eleven with literally like $1 because it was like 1990, and I would get a Slurpee and a couple of pieces of Double Bubble, and so now these days it's like you need about $5, but I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven. I'm gonna get some crappy nachos and a Coke Slurpee and just sit on the curb and enjoy it. That's what I want.
I love this recommendation.
I literally predicted this. I was like, Brie's gonna say Coke Slurpee. There's no way.
But you have to go sit on the curb and watch people or do. That's what I loved about it was like we kind of used to hang out at our 7-Eleven. Although my neighborhood was a little bit more suburban than like the Colfax 7-Eleven that I also went to in high school. But all that to say, part of this recommendation is getting a drink of your choice at 7-Eleven and then just sitting and people watching. That's what I'm
See,
doing.
I should
love
have done
this.
this. Yesterday, I actually, on my lunch, I walked to 7-Eleven with my reusable cup and got a fountain Coke.
Oh,
and
perfect.
It was just a really nice little walk in the sun with my little cup and my fresh, crispy fountain Coke. It felt very summery,
Right?
I mean,
It
maybe I
doesn't
should
take
have
much.
taken a break and sat on the curb. I really should have. Maybe
mean-
next time I do it, I will.
That just
You gotta-
feels so Denver, because I also have memories of walking to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee and sitting on the curb.
I just miss a whole
it's just very
afternoon of
Denver.
like, that's all we had to do, right?
Yeah.
I'm like 10
Yeah.
years old. I got nothing to do other than like parents just like go outside and stay outside until dark. And
We did it on the streets of North Glen, though. Me and my crew.
You can
Stomped
do
around
it all
T-Town.
over anywhere around the Denver metro. You can go grab a Slurpee. Okay, so our last category is our sort of theme for the month, which is Pride. There's tons of things to do for Pride all month long. Family friendly, adults only, all kinds of stuff. Peyton, do you want to kick us off? What's your Pride rec?
Yeah, I'm excited. So this is actually something that I've always wanted to do, and I've just like never gotten around to it. But I think now is the perfect time to check it out. I've always wanted to visit Hamburger Mary's, and I've never been.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
It's awesome.
Right? It sounds
so
incredible. I used to work literally 1 block away from it. And I never went, and I don't know why. And it's something that I still think about all the time when I want to go. And so their whole thing, if you don't know, is so they do a lot of drag performances. So they have drag bingo every Wednesday. They do drag brunch every weekend. They do dinner drag shows every Friday, which are named Burgers and Buns, which I love. And so they're really known as a staple in the LGBTQ community. And I hear that their drag nights are just so much fun. So that sounds perfect for me. I think Pride is a good month to make myself get out there and do it and eat a hamburger and watch some divas.
So we did the drag bingo a couple weeks ago at Hamburger Mary's for it was a fundraiser for the Denver Voice. I have not laughed that hard in a long time. There were 2 queens that were sort of bouncing, like doing jokes off of each other, incorporating them into the bingo itself. Like they do different rounds of bingo where you like daub on your paper and you have to make different designs. Some of them are maybe phallic or body part related, but it's just like, it's the perfect kind of tongue-in-cheek thing. And the food's pretty good. It's kind of like, I don't want to undermine it, but it's like if Chili's was more gay. Like if you like Chili's, you'll like this place because it's like
so cute.
It's
and
burgers,
kitsch.
chicken tenders, good fries. Yeah, it's very kitschy.
Yeah, I mean, if you just even go to the Denver location's website, Mile High Mary's, just like the little video clips they have on there look so fun. It looks incredible. So that's what I'm doing for to celebrate Pride.
You're gonna love it. Olivia, what have you got?
So I found out recently that I'm not going to be here for the like big main Pride thing where drag queen Patagonia is going to be here, which I'm so bummed.
The eco queen. I know you turned me on to her, and her stuff is so cool.
Bummed I'm not going to be here. So I'm very sad. But instead, I'm going to hit up the Indy 1023 Pride Party. It's on June 6th. Doors at 7, 8 p.m. show. It's featuring Empress of. Our friend Demi Harvey is going to be DJing, DJ Demigod. There's going to be drag performances. There's going to be an after party. And it just looks really fun. I went to their UMS after party last year. It was really fun. They just know how to have a good time, honestly. And it's at Meow Wolf this year, which I think is going to be really fun. Regular tickets are $30, and then if you get a VIP ticket, it's only $55, which I feel like is a pretty good deal because you get the GA ticket and then you get an after party ticket that's in the Sips with a Z lounge in Meow Wolf, which is gorgeous, super fun, and then you get a free drink like with that ticket. And since I'm not going to be here for the main thing, I'm like, I should hit this up. And
if you're a music person, a music snob in any way, this is your party. The music's going to be incredible. I mean, these are people, Demi knows music so well. This is, Indy 1023, this is what they do. So if you want a really good dance party, I think this is
I think it's going to be super fun. So I'm going to hit this up Thursday, June 6th, 7 p.m. doors, 8 p.m. show. I think it's going to be super fun. So that's where I'm going.
I love it. Well, I'm going to go with what Pride is to me and was in my 20s, which is like dressing up crazy, going to a dance club and going wild. And the party I'm going to go to is called Blow Pony. It'll be at Trade on Santa Fe. So Blow Pony is a party that started in 2007 in Portland. DJ Eric X started it, and he's brought it to Denver a couple times. And it is just like, if you're just like a queerdo, punk, dance freak, disco queens, like drag queens like you've never seen, go-go dancers. This is like the sweaty, DIY warehouse vibey party. If you're the after hours guy, this is it. But it's like kind of on a grander scale because there's going to be a couple RuPaul's Drag Race alums. Hershey Liqueur Jeté and June Jambalaya will be there, along with tons of DJs. And this is just a special party that does, I mean, they really perfected it in Portland, and then they brought it here to Denver, and it's just like the queer weirdo dance freak party. And I just kind of want to relive my 20s.
That sounds awesome. When is it?
It's on the night of Pride. It's Saturday, June 22nd at 9 p.m. So like if you've been out hanging out at the festival all day, and then I'll hit Scream Screen, and then this is just like the go all night late night party. It's gonna be.
You better get a little Red Bull, some kind of energy drink.
I'm
going.
I'm gonna get a Red Bull and a babysitter, and I'm gonna go wild.
Good for you. Good for you. Sounds fun.
I'm super stoked. Well, this was so great, you guys. I think we got a great mix of things happening in June, from stuff in the mountains to stuff in the city, indoors, outdoors. There is so much more where that came from. You can check out our newsletter where Peyton rounds up events every single day. You can go to denver.citycast.fm and sign up for that. And thank you both so much. This was really fun.
Yeah, this was an especially great roundup. I feel like we had such dynamite events.
A nice mix.
Good stuff, guys.
Good work, ladies.
But also, we want to hear from you because honestly, when I was combing through the events, there was so much going on. So if there's something that you know about, our Summer Pride Guide to June hotline is open. You can text us or leave us a voicemail at 720-500-5418 or shoot us an email at denver@citycast.fm. Let us know your recs, your favorite ways to spend this wonderful month of LGBTQ culture, community, and celebration. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell your favorite strawberry lover about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See ya. Can we make the blooper me saying happy birthday to Montgomery? Happy birthday, Montgomery. It's your 3rd birthday, and I love you so much. You're such a big boy. I can't wait to break open your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles piñata this weekend. I'm sorry, your piñata this weekend. I love you.